welcome to the to miss the whole road trip, but don't worry, there'll be plenty of driving on the way back to Anhui province. So anyway, I'm on the elevator, headed up to my apartment, 27th floor. Picked up a UPS express envelope, some documents fresh from America, and well, yeah, back in Danyang. Everything is kind of back to normal. It's like there's more freedom than before, except everywhere you go, they check your temperature. But they don't really stop you, just check your temperature. The city again for a night. I don't know if you can see out the dirty windows, but yeah, back in the city for a night. I'm going to the supermarket to get something to eat because, well, they don't really have anything besides chips and stuff at the house. Chips as in, how would I explain that? So in the UK, what you call chips, and probably in most of the world, for the English-speaking world, you call chips, that's fried potatoes. And for me, it can be any crunchy sort of snack. Oh, that's all we've got, is a bunch of snack stuff from Thailand, so. Thanks to my friend, by the way. And yeah, check out his channel, Adventure Nerd. He's been to a lot of places. You can see some interesting things through his eyes in his channel. Anyway. Yeah, I'm on my way back down to go through the temperature check, to go to the supermarket, where I'll have to get another temperature check, to get vegetables or something to make a soup. We'll see what we find. I don't know if you can see behind me, there's people dancing. Boy, life is really getting back to normal. Except usually it's old people that dance at night. That's something really strange you'll notice if you ever come to China. At night, there'll be a bunch of old ladies dancing around on the streets somewhere. It used to be annoying to me. Now, it wasn't annoying because they were old ladies or something like that. It was annoying because there were so many of them it blocked the sidewalk. So I'd get off of the subway, come up out of the station, and then it was hard to find a way through to get back home because there was all these old ladies dancing on the side of the road. One of these days, maybe I've got a video of it somewhere. If I find one, I'll put it in and you can have a look. Otherwise, when things return to normal, I'll have to go out in court and tell you, oh, see what I was talking about, old people dancing. There you can have a look what people are going through to get into the place. Delivery guys too. Yeah, all kinds of fun. Luckily, they're not stopping anybody from getting in. They're just checking temperatures, which if you have a fever at this point and you have the virus, then it's kind of too late anyway. Ooh. Too many people. Ooh, really starting to get a lot of stuff, if you can tell. It's getting hard to hold. I should have got a basket. All right, got what I came for. A bunch of stuff. My phone's about to die, so I'm going to go back and plug it in. Then maybe I can record more. Just wanted to see if I had enough juice left in this thing. Show you the sky. Nice and clear. I can see the clouds, plenty of definition. I guess that's what happens when everything shuts down for a while. But now my phone really is about to die, so I better stop here and go back in and plug the thing in. Okay, really one last thing before I go in. I thought I'd give you guys a view of the city. It continues all around, as you can see. Still a bit of haze coming in. I guess the factories are coming back online, so. Anyway, for real this time, for real. I better get in before my phone has died completely, so. Time to go cook dinner.
All right. I've got all my vegetables ready, washed,
Ready to be cut up and turned into soup. Got it all sliced up. With a meat cleaver, I might add. If you don't have the right tool available, just use whatever you got. And I still have all my fingers on both hands. Boil some water in an old black pot. Add some spice. And the vegetables, I'm not saying it anymore. Now add some noodles, the instant kind. Cover it up for a bit. Oh, good morning, everybody. But guess what? I get to make a surprise trip to Shanghai. Already had my coffee. That doesn't mean I won't get more coffee. But here we go. I get to drive 3.5 hours to Shanghai, and then back to Danyang, and then back to Anhui. Mornings. My favorite time of day. So many people parking on the side of the road today, or I guess last night. Oh, there's a new thing. Not to put these things in to keep people from parking or stealing parking spaces, but I forgot I parked further away. By the way, those noodles I made last night were pretty darn good, even though they were the instant kind. But I don't know how to make handmade noodles, so that'll have to do. All right. Nothing like a sudden and unexpected trip to Shanghai to start the day. I see everybody is up and going to work. Oh, look, somebody without a mask. Probably a smoker. I'm not complaining about smokers, I'm just saying. That's the only person that would be without a mask, because it's probably very difficult to smoke with a mask. Although it may add, added filtration. Maybe it's better. Who knows? Oh, come on, thing. There we go. Coming up on this bridge, it always makes me think of an old TV show. You'll have to tell me if you can, if you know which one, you can comment on it. Oh, by the way, welcome to Factory Land. You notice there's a lot of scooters out on the road. That's because things are getting back into the swing of things here. The factories are all opening back up and the workers are returning. And these are workers on their way to the factory. So, yeah, clogging up the roads. There's a lane for this scooter and they never follow the rules. I'm just glad they're not coming the wrong way. A lot of times they go the wrong way down the road. They also almost never stop for the lights. We'll see if they're following up here, but yeah, scooters. Just about to get onto the freeway now. Approaching the toll gate. I've got to be careful about my speed. I forget that the entrance area is only 40 kilometers per hour. Which is very slow, by the way. If you're in the United States, it's not like, it's slow. Always got to be somebody in front of me. Can't go too fast here either, or else it won't read my thing. Oh, by the way, I put my mask on because I wasn't sure if they'd have people checking temperatures over here or not. So now that we're on the freeway, I might as well bring up some new developments that I'm getting. The numbers out of Italy are really alarming. I mean, they have a lot of cases now. Thousands of cases, but the most alarming part is the 110 deaths. It almost sounds like maybe the numbers that we've been getting out of China are not entirely accurate. It brings to mind all those rumors I heard about entire families being dead from this virus, and unless it's mutated somehow, but I don't know. That makes me worry that maybe China got this thing, somewhat under control, only now to have to face, having the virus come back in some new form and start wiping people out again. So it's a little bit scary to hear about that. And I know my my GPS is going off there in Chinese. It's just alerting me that there are cameras around, so... Well, actually, what did it just say? It probably just told me the speed limit. I wasn't paying attention to it. Yeah, my GPS is in Chinese. I don't have an iPhone anymore. Well, I still have my iPhone. It doesn't have a SIM card in it because I changed to this phone. And That one isn't even an iPhone. The one I've got the GPS on is a Chinese smartphone, which did pretty well for me for a long time. I'm not using it now, but yeah, it's a Vivo X20 Plus. It's got a hi-fi chip in it, so when you listen to music with good headphones, it sounds amazing, by the way. Better than iPhone, better than anything else I've used. It really gets good audio quality. At the time, the camera was a really, really good camera. Better than what the iPhone had at the time. Obviously now the iPhone 11 Pro Max, whatever it is, the one that my wife has an amazing camera setup on it. I don't like to use that myself. I mean, without getting myself killed, I've got my big camera, which I'm not using to record this at the moment, but yeah, I like taking pictures with that. The phone cameras, they do pretty good, but like I say, I prefer that one with my different lens options. And that reminds me, if you're into photography, but maybe you're on a budget, you know, I know how expensive lenses can be. If you come to China, and maybe you can find them online as well, there are some manufacturers here that make lenses that'll fit on pretty much any brand of camera. So they make them for Sony cameras, Nikon, Canon, you name it. They've got, you know, an adapter or something that'll make it fit. And I'm gonna go ahead, I can't name them off the top of my head, but I'll put a list of them here, and you can look them up if you like photography. It's a good way to get a cool lens on a budget. It's probably not going to be, well, I've known people that have used them and they do pretty good. Yeah, like I said, the glass is probably not going to be quite as good as what you'd get for like a Nikon, for example, but still pretty good. You can take some cool photos if you're on a budget. Because like I said, they can get expensive, very expensive, but these can save you some money and they'll do pretty good. I'm just driving through the Changzhou area. Oh, look at all those old smashed up cars. I guess they're older than 10 years. And if you can see out the windows here, you'll be able to tell that there's quite a bit more haze in the air, which is a good sign that the factories are going back to work, at least in some capacity. Enough anyway to pollute the air. I don't know if it's coming probably not just the factories, probably also the power plants. China uses mostly coal power, so you can imagine that's not the best thing for the air, but I think it's for economic purposes. It's a bit cheaper to use coal power than to build nuclear power plants, which work really great. And if you've been to France, where they use a lot of nuclear power, you can see that the air as a result is very clean. It's just that when things go wrong with a nuclear power plant, they go really wrong. And that might be another reason why China doesn't use so much nuclear power, because, well, things can go very, very wrong. Now, here in a second, coming up on the right, I don't know if you'll be able to see it through all this haze, but there is a Sam's Club. It's one of the first Sam's Clubs that I've seen in China. Somebody was mentioning that the Sam's Club I guess all the Sam's Clubs on the west coast of the United States were all sold out. Yeah, there it is. If you can see it over there. Somebody was mentioning that all the Sam's Clubs on the west coast were pretty much sold out of a lot of supplies. So I wonder if the same thing happened here. You know, I've never actually gone in. I used to have a Sam's Club membership. I wonder if it works here. Just making a quick stop here at the rest area, which for whatever reason has dinosaur theme. Look, I've got a Burger King back there. It doesn't look like it's open though. Check out this escalator. Dinosaur ribcage thing, right? What did I say? A dinosaur theme. Well, somewhere in here they're going to have a supermarket. I think they're going to have windshield wiper fluid, which I need for my car. Let's see. Some windshield wiper fluid. Ooh, it's expensive here. Excellent. Check it out. Monster. I'm pretty sure these come in a larger size back in the States. In fact, I know they do. Alright, got the stuff. Time to hit the road again. Oh, I switched this, by the way. I think this flavor's a lot better. I wish they had all the flavors they have in the United States. The Pipeline Punch is what I miss the most. Really wish they had that here. Almost forgot I've got to put this windshield wiper fluid in here, but I wanted to show you guys it's kind of dirty under the hood. But as you can see, even though it's a Chinese car, it's a GM car underneath. The Chinese part is just on the outside. Now to get back on the road. Well, I am very close to Shanghai, and I was trying to figure out why the GPS is saying it's going to take me, well, now an hour and a half to go about 30 kilometers, and I think I figured that out. It would seem that there is a health checkpoint set up here along my route, and if you can see, there's quite a line to get through to Shanghai, so I'm probably going to be waiting here for quite a while. That's something. Yeah, what a thing. So I like that my GPS is able to tell me how long the wait is supposed to be. The only problem is it just keeps getting longer. So a minute ago, it said 35 minutes. Now it's saying it's gotten up to 42 minutes for the wait. But yeah, nothing's moving. I'm assuming there's probably like 2 or 3 workers up ahead checking people's temperatures, and well, you saw there's a lot of cars in this line. It's not just one line, it's a massive just pile of cars, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to be here for quite a while, it looks like. It's been about 30 minutes, and I think I've moved a total of 10 feet. Still looking at the same cars, still just sitting here in the car. Oh my goodness, I think this is going to be the longest part of the trip over to Shanghai. Just sitting here waiting to get past this health checkpoint. As you can see, well, I did move a little bit ahead of this Toyota that was ahead of me a bit before, but like I said, I moved about 10 feet. Everything else is basically the same. Just stuck in this giant line of cars. You can see my GPS is now saying it's, what, 50 minutes now. Oh, 50-minute wait. It just doesn't seem to be going down at all. People are getting out of their cars, trying to look ahead. Yeah, just long wait. And I hear an ambulance coming through. Maybe somebody got so upset sitting in here that their head exploded. I don't know. So the line has started moving, but these old ladies have decided it's necessary to hold us up so that they can get some apples and food out of the back of their car. Oh, man. Sometimes. Yeah, old people in China. You don't want to get on the wrong side of old people in China, because they, what they say goes. That makes me think of a time on a bus once in Hefei. It was in the summer. It was really hot, and there was this young guy just sitting there, you know, looking on his phone. And it's hot, you know, the air conditioning wasn't working on the bus, so he reaches over and he opens up this the window to get a breeze. And anyway, there's this old guy with a cane sitting, I guess, somewhat near him. Before you know it, the guy reaches over with his cane, bops the kid on the head, and then uses his cane to shut the window. And the kid, you know, if it was America, I think somebody would, "Hey, old man, what are you doing? You know, how dare you hit me on the head?" No, he just bowed his head, looked on his phone, and sat there, you know, quietly. It was quite a thing to see. So I guess in China, if an old person decides they're going to hold up the line because they want to get some apples and stuff out of the back of their car, well, that's just how it's going to be, and you're going to have to wait. Finally, just about there. We'll see what I can do to record this. It looks like they're taking things very seriously here. As you can see, they're checking people's temperatures, everybody that comes along. There's also some kind of an app you have to download and fill out, talking about when you're going to be arriving and if you've left already or something like that. It's quite a thing.
What? Oh.
What are you doing?
Why, what a lot of confusion. I think I'm going to go through now. Well, that was actually a little bit scary, to be honest. I had no idea what they were doing. They couldn't really speak English. My wife finally got me registered on this stupid app that they've got so that I could leave. But here we go. Well, I almost ended up in quarantine because my Samsung phone couldn't, it wouldn't register the stupid thing. Oh my gosh. I had to call my wife and have her register my little visit here to Shanghai on her phone and send me a picture of a QR code showing that I had registered. So, yeah, what a thing. Oh my. Just checking these directions to see what in the world it's trying to tell me. Oh, well, anyway, I made it into Shanghai. Let's see now if we can get out of Shanghai. Now I guess I have to worry if I, you know, I've been exposed to the virus or something going into that stupid place. I don't think so. They seem to be sending people with different problems to different areas, so I think I'm okay. I saw they had like this big medical tent over there. I think that's for the people that get caught with fevers. Ooh, I wouldn't want that to happen. But, yeah, what a thing. I don't know. Wow. Yeah, that's all I need to be stuck in quarantine because I came to get this stupid document. But everything's good now. I'm on my way. I'm probably going to have to wait for the consulate people to go to lunch and come back when I get there. But, well, at least I've made it. So, I'm headed into Shanghai. Here we go, finally coming into Shanghai proper, and hopefully I can get this thing done and get out of here as fast as I can, because I have no desire to stay here any longer than I have to. Not after that experience. No way. Not a chance. There was another, did I mention that already? There was another foreign guy in there who was having a bit of a panic attack because we were, you know, well, he wasn't able to register on the app because he has a foreign phone, and you know the people don't speak English. That was something. Yeah, he was kind of freaking out a bit there. Oh, just so fun to be driving around in Shanghai with all this going on. Hopefully, I'm not getting tickets everywhere. But yeah, Shanghai, big city, and I have to make sure that I'm not missing my directions here. Oh, boy, I can't wait for this nightmare to be over with this virus thing. There's nothing worse than almost getting stuck in quarantine just for trying to pick up a document. At least I didn't freak out like that other guy. He was really going berserk, the other foreigner that was stuck in there. I so look forward to this nightmare being over. I'm really sorry that everybody out there is just seeing the beginning of this thing. Yeah, the whole panic thing with everybody trying to get food, I guess I kind of saw it coming because well, here, you know, we never really even got the chance to have that panic because, you know, before you knew it, everything was closed off. So, I guess it's happening a little different. I know in the cities they had some runs on food and that sort of thing, but for us, I mean, we really didn't even get a chance to have the run on the food because, like I said, we left, went back to, you know, Bungbu, and before you knew it, they were closing off all the roads, and that was that, you know. Luckily, we're in a place where they had plenty of food. I mean, they grow the food there. Just, yeah, if it hasn't come to your area yet, go get some supplies. Don't wait for, you know, the cases to show up, because if just one case shows up near where you live, even within 100 miles, believe me, people are going to run on the stores and there's going to be nothing left, at least nothing good. So, you know, and don't just think of toilet paper and that sort of thing. Get, Well, you know, if you live in the United States or most of the Western countries, then you don't have to go buy water. Get some big bottles and fill them up from your tap. Do whatever you've got to do. But, you know, just... yeah. What can I say? Get yourself what you need. Your emergency supplies. Don't get things that have to rely on large amounts of water or electricity, because you never know what's going to happen. There could be major disruptions, and if people aren't there to run the power plant, there may be limitations in power. They may start rationing it off, you know. I know some countries do that. You might end up with certain time periods where you're out of power, so just be prepared. I'm not trying to scare you or cause panic. I'm just saying, you know, think of every possibility. Oh, and check this out. Just ahead of me here, you can see, let me try and zoom in on it. There you can see one of the really old temples here. One of the things that are amazing about Shanghai. If you ever come, you can visit it. I'll see if I can put some information about it in here, a link. But yeah, that's a good place to go. You know, I may end up having to split this one into 2 videos. If I do, I'll try and get them both uploaded at the same time, so you can watch, you know, one half and then the other when you have time, if you're, you know, watching. But oh, what a crazy time. I don't know, sometimes I feel just normal and I don't think about the virus, and sometimes I feel like I'm living in an episode of The Twilight Zone. If you don't know what that is, it's an old sci-fi show that used to go on TV with the scenarios like this. So yeah, it's kind of really surreal, I guess is the right word for it. Surreal. I've got some time to kill, so I'm at the mall, if you can see. Nice mall. The U.S. consulate is actually inside this mall, so if you're wondering what in the world I'm doing walking around in the mall, that's why. I have to wait a couple hours. Why not? Welcome to Chinese McDonald's. I'll get myself a Big Mac. With wild head. See the menu? If you can see it, it's a little bit. But you can still get a Big Mac. And a double cheeseburger. Whatever. Got it. Time to go back to the car. By the way, this is the largest size drink they've got. I think it falls somewhere between medium and small back in America. Yeah, this is the biggest one they've got. This is the largest size of fries. Back that up a little bit so you can see better. And of course, my, oh, I think I just smashed it. A Big Mac. Altogether, this was 21 RMB, so, how much is that? About $3? Yeah, somewhere around $3 for this entire meal. It's not as big as the super size in America, but still pretty good for $3, I'd say. Here's my Big Mac. You can see it looks exactly the same as in the United States. Tastes exactly the same as well. Just as poorly put together. Yeah, Big Mac. I'm loving it. Just got it. Pretty easy. They didn't even check my ID. That's crazy. Yeah, I sort of figured they'd at least check that. Back on the road. Heading back to Danyang. Leaving Shanghai behind and the potential for being quarantined. So, lots of fun. Oh, wait a minute. I think... Yep. I had to make sure I was getting on the right road here. Don't want to get on the elevated road and find out I'm not supposed to. So. Here we go. Shanghai. At least this small, tiny portion of Shanghai. One of these days, when things are better, I'm going to have to go up into Shanghai Tower and take a video, and you'll be able to see this city. Basically, the skyscrapers just stretch off into the distance. Past the horizon. It's almost like just an endless city. Really amazing. Of course, that'll be when the whole virus thing is over. Now, New York in the United States is also a very big city, but it differs. If you've ever been there, New York is very dense and compact compared to this. This is, you still feel like you have a lot of space around you. So it's not like you feel crowded or something here. I mean, you do with the number of people, but the buildings, yeah, there's tons of them and they stretch off forever. But it's not the same sort of thing as it's not as dense. We'll put it that way. Now, Hong Kong, on the other hand, is kind of like New York. It's very dense. Lots of skyscrapers and towers all very close together. Shanghai's different, though. You know, it's really hard to describe the scale of the city. I guess I could say if you wanted to get from one side of Shanghai to the other by subway, which is faster than driving in a car, by the way, it might take you more than 2 hours, maybe close to 3 hours, depending on what part of the city you live in. And it's endless city, just like what you're seeing in the camera right now. It basically looks like this forever. You should see what's behind me, but maybe that'll be, like I said, another day. Well, it's really the same view. Lots of buildings that stretch on forever. Okay, I guess I'm going to make one brief stop before heading on home at the rest area. So, yeah, let's go have a look inside. This is a Chinese rest area. What do you think of that? I can honestly say, there goes the bullet train, by the way, I have never been to a rest area, either in the United States or in Europe, quite like this one. This is more like a place to relax. Very nice. All right.